Greetings everyone, my name is Zetterville, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Mega Man Maker. During the last part, I covered 5 viewer-submitted levels, so in this part, I'll be covering at least 6 or 7 more viewer-submitted levels, starting out with this one, Mega Man M Wahwee Fortress by Diamond Wolf, with 11 plays and a score of 4. As always, if you want one of your levels to be featured in a future part like this one, please leave both the level name and level ID either in the comment section below or direct message me on Twitter. Also, as always, the full disclaimer of this entire LP series is linked in the description below. Also in the description are the timestamps for all the levels I cover in these parts, so if you want to check if your level is covered, expand the description. So this stage is going to be broken up into 4 segments, judging by the intro screen. Yeah, this is definitely a fortress level. I assume this is an alternate pathway. So magnet beam time, that's the safer option. And down we go this hole. As I mentioned at the end of the last episode, I'm aiming for this episode to be at least 50% longer, as this will be the final Mega Man Maker episode of this year. Gotta be quick here. Good first checkpoint placement. I want to be careful so I don't slide into the rolling drills. That happened a few times in the past. Is there a secret to the right? There isn't. That'd be a neat place to put a secret. Effectively a mini boss room. Some I did damageless. Full restore of life energy, and in we go into the second segment. All of this so far has been doable buster only. In essence, this is like a classic fortress level. Now we're forced to use special weapons. I only see what's to the left. A free tank, no enemies whatsoever. You could have at least put a gachapon over there, or some Coltons. So it isn't a complete freebie. Well, that was poor timing on my part, and that was a rather easy jump to boot. Just for safety, I'll be equipping the jet adapter, so I can save myself. More segments where you're forced to use the top spin, but I don't want to risk it. the second mini-boss room. Now to section number 3. Should be using the Firestorm here. Now this section splits off into 4 mini sections again. Each room is dedicated to a different mini boss. That was a Tama, these are the Squidons. These are the hot dogs. It's always 2 of each mini boss. And there's always a key and large life restore at the end. Last but not least, the ring rings. It looks like there's a secret to the right. This time I think it's a safer bet to just bypass the whoppers. Full restore as always, and now on to the boss battle. First, a small spike drop segment. A little bit tight corridors there. Yikes, that sudden drop over there. This time equip the jet adapter in advance. Seriously, this is rather tight. You can do it buster only, but you gotta be good with that. Here we go against Flame Man. I'm just gonna use the Firestorm, it's a lot safer that way. Your weakness is actually the Crystalline, never mind. Just need to make sure I survive for long enough. And that's it. You can do this boss fight normally from the left, but you need to use a special weapon that Flame Man is weak to. Combined with all the gyres, this can be a difficult proposition to fulfill. Otherwise, I like this level. Good checkpoint placement and interesting challenges. Second level on the lineup is Necro Man MACRMS by OfficialMemeGuy, with 20 plays and a score of 9. MACRMS stands for Make a Cool Robot Master Stage, or Creative. So this is going to be a traditional level, hopefully. A Halloween-themed one. Of course, starting with a grave site, as this stage is called Necro Man after all. Don't forget the mummies. Introducing the Shadow Man platforms first in a safer environment, that is, not over a bottomless pit. Same with the Techions. Now over a more dangerous environment, where there are enemies nearby, or right below you. And perfect place to put a checkpoint. I thought we need to go to the right instead, so a bit of a fake out. I like this split pathway. If you're skilled with ladder grabs, you can take the left option, otherwise you can take the right option. Back to the graveyard, but now with more spikes. And enemies placed in more dangerous areas. Now we have the Shadow Man platforms over spikes. So failure here is a lot more punishing. So nice escalation and recombination of gimmicks. So far I'm liking this level. It's a nice traditional stage. Well constructed. In fact, I'd say it's above average, or above par. Nice challenge escalation, introduction of gimmicks, and good checkpoint placement, plus fun and varied challenges, while still sticking to the theme. I mean, in total we only had 2 gimmicks in this level, 2 main platforming gimmicks, those being the Shadow Man platforms and Techions, and they were utilized pretty well, and there was a nice climax at the end of the level. Currently my favorite level of the part. Not sure why I have a boss door to the right. I didn't see an alternate pathway, so I guess it's just there for an extra. Third level on the lineup is Get Ready for the Next Battle version 6 by MAGMAX, with 42 plays and a score of 5. So let's see how this 6th iteration in this series fares. Starting with these footholders going to the left. They are not infinitely respawning though, so you gotta be fast. Well, okay then. That was a fast clip there. Okay then, that went by pretty quickly. Hopefully I can hit the checkpoint without any issues. Should have been faster there. That's probably the boss's weakness too. Well, at least I have infinite usage of this weapon. But this looks like a neat boss arena. You just need to be paying attention to what's going on though. Not like what I did there, I should have ran to the right. Let's see how many attempts this takes for me to complete it properly. I also have to be careful not to get clipped into the Yoku blocks, which didn't happen here, thankfully. This was a neat little arena. 4th level on the lineup is Boxes for Life by Wardonis, with 20 plays and a score of 3. This stage isn't that long, it seems. Usually Wardonis' levels are rather long. Oh boy, I see what this stage is going for. Off screen, I died 2 times, so it wasn't too bad. So that's how you do it. You need to carefully maneuver while jumping. Easier said than done though. It took me at least 9 attempts off screen. Now to the boxes part of this level. And I do need this one box. I tried doing a tap jump there. At least checkpoint density in this stage is rather generous. Makes sense as this stage is instant death happy. Do I need that block? I do. Let's try it again then. I need this one as well. No chance of getting cheap shotted for me. Oh, that was just introducing this challenge. With all the punch blocks now. Let's try resetting this. Wasn't fast enough with my punches. The better option is to destroy these blocks preemptively, so I don't get trapped, or just leave it here. And I probably need it here as well. Once again, I'm really thankful that the checkpoint density in the stage is on the more generous side. And here we face off against the boss, Crash Man. And immediately die because I wasn't paying attention. I thought I was more to the right. Oh well, this level had a lot of deaths anyway, most of which I'll edit out in post. Or I can insta-game him this way, that works too. I like this level, but gosh, it's on the more difficult side, especially with the boxes, and during the first half of the level too. It did have a gradual introduction of gimmicks and gradual escalation, so I will give it a thumbs up, though I'd only recommend it to players who are somewhat skilled in Mega Man Maker. Fifth level on the lineup is Planet Pain by Darkness, with 14 plays and a score of 1. I already know in advance that I will not be able to complete this stage legitimately, as it's a rather difficult Kaizo level outside my skill level. I'll see if I can pass this first screen though. I've never been able to make it up to that platform though, as you need to conserve your double jump by dash jumping there, and then do a double jump. Easier said than done though, much easier said than done. But I know a few players have completed this stage. So from here on out, I'll just showcase the level using the level editor. Sorry, Darkness. And the music is rather befitting of this rather difficult and ominous stage. As this is a rather difficult Kaizo level, I cannot fairly rate it, so I will abstain from voting on this level. Sixth level on the lineup is Cloudy Currents by Team Mabrick, with 19 plays and a score of 0. The level designer also sent me a NSF file placement, so for the first minute or so of this level, I will be silent. That's Tornado Man's stage team from Mega Man 9. I only have access to jumping and shooting, no sliding or charge shots. We don't need to worry about the Tornado Man battery platforms in this level, thankfully, as they aren't part of the engine yet. Although knowing how unpopular they are in the community, it'll take a while for them to be added. These sorts of jumps are the reason why I love to have sliding. I'm gonna die somewhere nearby. There's probably an extra set of goodies to left, so let's take a look. An M-Tank, so it was worth it. And it came back in one piece. Well, this is gonna be a problem. Not unless I use the time slow. Something's up over here, which I completely botched getting. Oh well, there's a full IV store right over here. Thank you, level designer. So many watchers in this stage, as well as the ambos. Nevertheless, I'm at the end of the level. This felt like a more difficult traditional level, as both the springs and the elect beam traps were first introduced in safer environments and gradually placed in more tougher configurations, same with the enemies. Not sure if Sparkman would be the best boss for this level. I would think an air-based boss would be better, like Windman. After all, this stage is titled Cloudy Currents. So I saw a traditional level. Compared with OfficialMemeGuy's traditional level, I think I like that one more. Still, this is enjoyable. 7th level on the lineup is The Dimensional Pillars of Gazaron, Hard by Lipatio, with 30 plays and a score of 7. Let's see how difficult this stage is going to be, as not all of Lipatio's levels are that difficult, even if they're labeled as hard. Some of Lipatio's normal levels are harder than their harder stages. Though the previous stage I played by Lipatio, that required a lot of jump cuts, and this is looking to be a rather long level too. So we immediately start out with infinite treble boost. That's a good sign. Of course, that means there's a shmup segment coming up. When I say shmup, I mean shoot 'em up. At least here I can slow down, unlike with the Rush Jet. Now onto the obstacle course part of the level. Wait for these to pass so I don't get crushed. In fact, staying up here is a lot safer. Some of these rooms now. Whoa, that was really tight. I need this, don't I? No, I don't. There are no fans blowing me downwards or upwards, so I don't need it. Ah, got surprised by those two enemies. This Yafu acted like an advance warning for the upcoming segment. We're going for this then. Oh, that was not that difficult actually. Just need to wait for the Yoku blocks to spawn in. On to section number 3, back outside. That was very straightforward, as expected. This though, squeezing in through, that's gonna be a problem. Especially as bass bobs up and down a bit, while using a treble boost. I don't know how many attempts this is gonna require. Especially as I can't damage boost. Outside of squeezing through the columns and some of those fan areas, this stage isn't that bad. Certainly a lot easier than the previous hard level by Lipatio I played. And just like with most of Lipatio's recent levels, checkpoint density is on the more generous side. After all, these stages are instant death happy, so it only makes sense to have more checkpoints to compensate. I would have preferred if this challenge came before the spike squeezing challenge, as this isn't too bad. Starting off tamer by using the yellow force beams, and now moving on to the instant dead red force beams, gradually easing the players in. Section number 4, back inside. I'll take the upper option, because I can do stuff like this, and bypass all these force beams, even the red force beams. That seems like a huge exploit. You should put an invisible ceiling up over there, Lipatio. Back outside again. I guess we're traveling between multiple planets. That explains all the various environments. Then again, this stage is called the Dimensional Pillars of Gazaron, so we're traveling between dimensions. Nothing to the right. So much red here. This stage's difficulty curve seems a bit strange. The hardest part of the stage for me was with those two spikes trying to squeeze in. This is a lot easier. Getting hit by the instant death traps is a lot less likely. Adding to that is that base doesn't have any vulnerability frames where I don't have any control while I'm using the treble boost. Black hole. Going into any one of these teleporters transports me into a sea of spikes, or rather a dimension of spikes. Well, here we go again. Just make sure not to outpace this block. Now do it in reverse. Thank you for the tank and full refills. This was a fun challenge level focusing on using the treble boost. Honestly, this boss battle is super easy. You can stay over here and just spam your base buster or treble boost or triple shot, and it's pretty easy. Even if you decide to do it damageless, it's still pretty easy. Nevertheless, this was a fun level. 8th level on the lineup is Quantum Leap Time Travel Part 1 Hard by Shaun Williams, with 10 plays and a score of 1. This level took over 35 seconds to load up, which I will edit down in post. In fact, due to how long this level will probably be, this will be the final level I'll cover in this episode. Fun fact, this stage is essentially a remix/remake of several of Shaun Williams' previous stages, all mixed together. Due to how difficult this level is, I will be mostly silent throughout this level. I will give commentary here and there though. Into the time machine we go. I probably need to collect up to 7 keys. And for these kinds of levels, you need to take into account 2 things. Always reset at the nearest checkpoint if you're at low health. Also, know where you can damage boost off of. Know how much damage each obstacle deals to Mega Man. And can't forget of the third thing, always pay attention to everything and prepare for surprises. Alright, the first time travel segment, Rolling Cutter. This was one of the earlier stages by Shaun Williams I played on this channel, and one of the least polished. I will not be swapping to any of the other characters just to be safe. That section usually takes a few attempts to get correctly, but I got on my first go this time. And remember to collect all these keys, otherwise you will get soft locked at the end. And be careful not to get telefragged by the Yoku blocks. This is originally where I'd face off against Cutman, but instead we have the Ring Ring mini-boss. I don't recall exactly what each stage recreates, so I'll list them in the description below. As I said, I want to go through the stage as regular Mega Man. I don't want to lose access to not taking double damage. Proto Man has access to the Proto Strike, but still, your health is really important in these kinds of levels, especially due to damage boosting. You know, I'm gonna take a few deaths over here so I can refill my weapon energy and collect the E&M tanks. I really want those too. Made it past that segment. That required 2,000 attempts off screen, mainly due to engine issues, meaning dropped button inputs. Now onto the ice segment. I'm really thankful that this stage has frequent checkpoint placement, otherwise this would be a lot more frustrating. Also of note that this stage removes the split pathways that the original stages had, to make the stage a bit more straightforward. Plus I have access to more special weapons than I usually have, for instance the jet adapter, which I don't recall having in this stage originally. For instance, these screens were kind of a pain to do without access to the Time Slow, Eye Slasher, and Jet Adapter. Next boss arena, which you can easily skip. Oh, in fact, this is the end of the level. It only recreates 3 levels, I tried to recreate 4 levels. So this boss arena is a whole lot simpler. Especially because I have access to 9 E-Tanks, and I don't see a time limit. There's no need to collect all these E-Tanks, essentially. But of course, clipping is my main danger. So let's get rid of all the boundaries or blockages. And finish the stage. So that was Quantum Leap Time Travel Part 1 Hard. One of the harder levels I played by Shaun Williams, not the hardest, but up there. It's mainly due to the first section, as well as other sections. Although with the second and third segments, they were a lot easier than their original stages, as I had access to more special weapons. So overall, out of the 8 levels I played in this episode, my favorite level would definitely be Necro Man MACRMS by OfficialMemeGuy, with an honorable mention going to both Cloudy Currents by Team Mabrick, as well as Mega Man M Wahwee Fortress by Diamond Wolf. This will be the final video I'll be posting in 2018. The next video I'll be posting in 2019, the first one, will be an update vlog summarizing my experiences on this channel in 2018 as a whole. Well then, I thank you very much for watching, and wish you all a Happy New Year.